is Sarah, and this is Sarah's Creative Corner, and I am here with episode 15 of this video series about all of the knitting and spinning and any fiber related things that I have been doing. So yeah, welcome or welcome back. It is a pretty gloomy day here in Maryland, but I think it's supposed to warm up and then rain. So I think that'll give a nice change of pace environment wise and change the mood of the knitting scene. So yeah, I have some whips that I have been working on over the past week on some knitting and spinning, a couple acquisitions, and a sweater that's nearing completion. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and talk about all those things. I don't have a finished object this week, but I do have a few whips. So I guess we can go ahead and talk about the first one. And that is this guy. This is my Lighthouse Keeper Pullover by Lindsey Fowler in her Salt and Timber book. Last week I said Salt and Tide with Salt and Timber. And I am knitting it up in Magpie fibers, Quartet worsted, and Plume, and it is in the Chic colorway, which is one of their summer colorways from last year. So unfortunately you cannot get this color anymore, I believe, but you can get the bases. So yeah, I'm knitting size 8. This is a pretty size inclusive pattern. It goes all the way from like kids to adult sizes. So yes, this is what I've been working with. And this week I got that much done. That much done. So like about an inch. And I can't wait to split for sleeves. That should be coming up soon. I think I have like one or two more increases left on the first half of the second half of the yoke, if that makes sense, because I'm on the second half, which is like changing the raglan rate. So yeah, have just a little bit more. I think last time I talked about if I was doing the raglan increases correctly, and I read it today and I am not. I was supposed to do increase and then a certain number of rows and then increase, but I'm doing normal rows and then an increase, so it's swapped around. But I think it should be fine. That means I'll have just a few extra rows before like for my raglan, which I normally do anyway. So I'm not really pressed about it, and yeah, I'm really excited to be moving along on this. And I've done, I guess, 3 modifications on it. First one is I did a provisional cast on with the barber cords with like a stitch holder, and that is what it looks like. Pretty seamless. And then the second one is I did short rows. You can kind of see them there, just to bring the front down a little bit. And the last thing is the pattern calls for the stripes to have only one yarn held together or held by itself, but I'm just doing both yarns held together. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, and it just makes it a little bit more of a seamless knit. So that is this. Hoping I can finish the yoke this week. That'd be pretty nice if I could split for sleeves. So that is this guy, chugging along, making progress here and there. Even an inch a week is better than it sitting in a corner like it was for a while. So that is my first whip. And then I guess I can go ahead and get into my second whip, which is my Lento. So let's see, here's the front. I finished the body. So this is a Lento by Jonna Helin. It was a pattern in one of the Lena magazines. I could not tell you which one it was, but it is an open gauge sweater, and I am pretty happy with how it looks so far. I tried it on, and the gauge right now feels kind of tight. I've changed how I've tensioned my yarn recently, so that's a little bit different, but I think it'll relax out a bit once I finish. So I knit that much, so that's probably like a good 3 inches, no, 5 inches. And yeah, I did a little bit of modification. I knit the body to about 9 inches, and then I knit 16 rounds of ribbing before binding off. So just a little bit different than what's called for the pattern, but nothing crazy. And it's just so drapey, and I think it'll block out really nicely. And as you can see, I have the sleeve stitches on the needles, but I have not picked up any of the underarm ones yet. So I might do that this weekend just to kind of go ahead and get going on that. And another modification I'll do is I will not do any sleeve decreases just to see what that'll look like. So yeah, this is the Lento. I'm knitting it in the size 3, and this is in Explorer Knits and Fibers, their Denali sock, and Suri Alpaca in To the Stars Who Listen. So that is this guy, and pretty happy with what it's looking like so far. Maybe I'll have a sleeve done in next week's episode. So that is this one. And the next thing that I've been working on is something that you've not seen, but you saw the yarn last week. So I started a new sock. This is one of the skeins from Ruby and Roses that I got last at Yarn Centric. So I started it maybe like a week ago today, and I've already done the cuff and the leg, and already did the entire heel and gusset decreases. So just need to work on the foot, and this will be for my husband. And I'm doing 64 stitches. I did 20 rounds for the cuff and 60 rounds for the leg, and I did a contrast cuff and contrast heel, so I'll also be doing a contrast toe. And I think that's really it. I found a YouTube video by Roxanne Richardson, I think, about some tips on the heel flap. So as you can see, pretty good pickup. But this is the one that I think this is the side that's normally pretty loose, and I would say that that's pretty good too. It's definitely looser on this side still, but not as bad. And then she also has some tips on how to avoid holes right in the corner, and I think that's pretty good. So I'll put a link to that video in my Ravelry project page just as a reference. I have saved it now. So yeah. And oh, I guess one thing is that you normally knit until you get like 15 or 16 bumps on the other side of the heel, but because of how I did my heel flap, I knit until 15. I just kept on counting the slip stitch edge to make sure that I had the correct number of stitches that I would be picking up, which would be picking up 16 stitches. So yeah, pretty happy with how it's coming out. It's not super obviously pulling. I feel like you can kind of see it a little there, but like from a distance it's not bad. So yeah, pretty happy with it, and I really enjoy this yarn so far. I really like knitting with it. The Bear yarn, not so much. I think this is Bear Hawthorn, and it just feels like really thin compared to the other. Like, you can see that it's kind of holy, so we will see. I do know that I really like the Knit Pick Stroll that I'm knitting the colorwork socks in. So I have 2 skeins of the Hawthorn. We will see what it'll look like when it blocks out. Maybe it'll kind of zhuzh out and kind of bloom more. I really hope so, because I have 2 skeins of it. So yeah, otherwise pretty happy. Maybe I'll be done with this sock this weekend. And I'm knitting this on size US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeter, and I'm knitting magic loop. So those are all the things for this random sock. And I hope to get this done this weekend, and maybe even have the second one started as well. So that's all the knitting that I've done this week. I did a little bit of spinning. There's dog hair all over it. One of our dogs, Kumo, he's just shedding so much right now. We are vacuuming the couch like on a daily basis. But I've got this. This is the January Fiber Club from Little Fiber Co. in the Agave colorway from her cookware club. So I have just a little bit more that I need to spin up, and then I'll try plying it together. I think I will do a 2-ply and see where that takes me. And yeah, that is this, and I'm pretty happy with it. I am doing long draw with this, and it seems to be working out pretty well, and I think I will continue to do long draw, at least with these like stickier fibers. So that is this one. Pretty happy with the bobbin, and yeah, now that I'm looking at it, this might not be the bobbin that I finished. I can't remember, but I finished a bobbin for this colorway. So yeah, and I have set up my bigger one to maybe start some braids, or spinning up some braids too. So that is all of the things that I've been working on this week. And I have a couple of acquisitions that I can also chat with you about. So the first one that I'll talk about is something that I got a couple of weeks ago, but I forgot to mention in last week's video, and that is a sock set from a homespun house. I got this from the D-Stash Discord, because I am a member of Molly's Patreon with the tier that comes with the sock set, and I just wanted to test it out, see what it looks like. It's like a smaller sock set. It only comes with 70 grams, which should be more than enough for me. So yeah, this is probably supposed to be December, says December 2024. It's probably supposed to be December 2023. And Cornelia Street. So it's a pink with a little bit of variegation and speckle, and then like a tonal cream. So that's this. I have not received my first sock set yet. Maybe it'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. I asked the person who I got this from, like, what that looks like, if she sent out notifications or anything like that. She said no, it just kind of shows up. So that'll be exciting, and I'm intrigued to see what this, or I guess last month's, will look like. Whatever months that I'm supposed to be getting, what it'll look like. So that is the first skinny yarn that I got. And then the next one, I think I got yesterday or so. And that is, let's see. I feel like it's kind of washing out a little bit, but this is the April colorway for Woolberry's monthly collective, and it is called Rhubarb Pie. And I got a different base this time. I got Berry Natural DK, which is 100% non-superwash yarn with 20.5 micron merino, 231 yards per 100 grams. So it's kind of like a mauve brownie purple. So yeah, I think I got a sweater quantity, so I might make like a cabled sweater or something out of this. So those are the yarns that I got, and I also got a couple bags. So the first one I also forgot to talk about last week. I got for my birthday from one of my lovely friends, and she got me a cottontail farm bag, and it has these cute little vegetables on it, and I'm already using it for my Stellina socks. So that is this one, and it's a really nice bag. It has a like little handle, and I think that's it, but kind of has a box bottom. It fits 2 skeins in here plus my sock, so overall pretty good. And yeah, probably would be good for like a t-shirt, socks, hat, or anything like that. So that is the first thing that I got, and I love it. And then Cottontail Farm had a like in-stock update after my lunch cheap and wool, so I grabbed a couple of things from there. So I got a bag, same idea but just bigger, and this one has like these animals with crowns on them. I thought it was really pretty, and has a box bottom, and this one actually has a pocket and like a little tiny like clip, so you can clip things on here. So that is this one. It also comes with a little handle. I really like it. And then the other 2 things that I got are something that they call pockets. It fits 1 skein of yarn and 1 side clips. So if you want to like attach it to your bag or anything like that, you can just like clip it to yourself, and you can walk and knit or whatever you need to do. Or what I might do with one of these is use it for my spinning. So yeah, I got one that has like some tropical prints on it, and then I got another one that has dogs in frames, and I thought that was precious. So those are all the things that I've got this week, and yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and if you want to like and subscribe, you can. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Bye.